You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of a short story through to the line edits of a full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your website, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Defending liberty 1 hour at a time and broadcasting live from the RWB Network studios in New York City, this is the Ryno Report. Always right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are going to make America great again.
My fellow Americans, let's roll.
And now, here's your host, the Ryno.
Hello, I am the Ryno, and this is my report. Today, Wednesday, March 22nd, 2017, and we are coming to you from the RWB Network studios here in New York and broadcasted by CRN Digital Talk Radio. Do you guys watch Wheel of Fortune? It's been on for like 90 years. It's been on since the beginning of television, the beginning of time. The cave people played it, and I'm pretty sure Vanna White is probably the same age as Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She just takes a little better care of herself. She eats right, maybe a little paleo, some Thigh Master, but, you know, I thought you had to be smart to be on the Wheel of Fortune. When I was a kid, I thought everyone was a genius that went on this show. Well, not really. Did you see what happened last night to a guy named Kevin? That's all we know. His name is Kevin. He gets this puzzle, right? And it reads this: a streetcar, N-A space E-D, desire. A streetcar, N-A space E-D, desire. He decides to spin. He spins the wheel. He gets $600. That's the first problem with this show. You have game shows out there. People win $1 million. Wheel of Fortune, $600. Terrible. You make more money going to work that day. Anyway, he wants to fill that space. He knows the answer. He picks a K. A K. A streetcar naked desire. No. A Streetcar Named Desire. The play by Tennessee Williams. Marlon Brando. His does sound a little bit more interesting, but there's a whole YouTube video of people who just totally muff the easiest puzzles on this show. But Kevin, I'm sure he will get no ridicule from his friends, family, co-workers, and radio hosts. So, all right, we have a lot to get to. Very, very busy day today. We got to talk about brand new breaking news. Representative Nunes says the House Intelligence Committee has found that the previous administration, the Obama administration, was spying on the Trump transition team. While the data they collected, they may have been able to do so legally, the names that they found were not redacted and were disseminated possibly illegally. We have to talk about that. Plus, the AP, they dig up this 2005 memo that was written by Paul Manafort that links him to some Russian oligarch. What is up with these 2005 documents? There's nothing in the recent history that they can use to incriminate Donald Trump or his associates, so we go to 2005. We'll talk about that. Plus, Hillary Clinton has a new haircut. What does that mean? I know what it means. Do you know what it means? We got to talk about Ryan Care. This thing goes before the House tomorrow. So far, the nays may have it end. London. Got to talk about London. Terrible attack over there. We'll go over what we know so far, get you up to speed. We have a lot to get to today. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Ryno on Air, R-Y-N-O on Air. You can email me, Ryno at rwbnetwork.com. And you can always check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Ryno Report. So hang in there, guys. We have a lot to get to today. This is The Ryno Report. Never apologize for being right.
Credit cards are sure fun to use, perhaps a little addicting, and they kind of make you feel rich. Well, if you're like most Americans, you've got over 5 maxed out credit cards in your pocket right now, and you can barely make the minimum payments, right? I'd like to personally recommend a company called DebtHelper.com. DebtHelper.com is a licensed and insured nonprofit debt management agency. They can help cut your interest rates by as much as 50% and lower your monthly payments, saving you thousands of dollars in finance charges on your credit card bills. DebtHelper.com does not lend money. Debt Helper's program could have you paying off your credit card debt in full in a 3 to 5 year period. Call DebtHelper.com right now for your free confidential consultation today. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. Credit Card Management Services, Inc. DBA, DebtHelper.com. 1325 North Farmers Avenue, number 201, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33401. Down payment of debt may be creditors to increase finance and other charges or undertake collection activity, including litigation.
All right, guys, welcome back to this Wednesday edition of the Ryno Report. Big shout-outs to everyone listening on Red Nation Rising Radio, the Liberty Feed, Streaming Talk Radio, KLRN Radio, of course, Western Free Press, and CRNTalk.com. That's CRN Channel 1, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to fill you in on a little secret. Little secret. See, here, for as long as anybody can remember, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy were on at like 7 o'clock. So Jeopardy was on first, and then Wheel of Fortune at 7:30. Now, there was a really small TV network where I grew up, and for some reason, they carried these shows at 6 o'clock. All right? Maybe some of you see what I'm getting at here. But they carried them an hour earlier. I don't know how they did it. So my parents worked kind of late, and I would sometimes finish my homework and then watch Jeopardy at 6, and then my parents would come home and we'd eat dinner and perhaps watch it again at 7, and I knew all the answers. Every single one. My parents would look at me like I should be in some accelerated program for gifted students. Little did they know I had already watched the show an hour before, and I used to change the channel afterwards. That way no one knew. It was a whole thing. But it was kind of funny. But this stuff has been on forever, and I thought you had to be smart to be on these shows. Like that Alex Trebek. You think he's so smart. He has the answers in front of him. Oh, sorry, you got that. Oh, you should have known. Come on, guy. You got the answers right in front of you. But this guy, Kevin, $600. They play for $600. You make more money going to work. Why would you fly out to California to be on a show where if you get something wrong, everyone's going to make fun of you? Everybody. Your kids are going to make fun of you. The neighbor's going to make fun of you. It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay. But this guy, I mean, what a total dope. A streetcar naked desire. I mean, it does sound interesting, but still. All right. Lot to do today. First off, London. We heard a couple hours ago there's an attack at Parliament there in London. So far, what we know, 2 to 4, depending on what channel you're watching, 2 to 4 people have died, many people injured. And what appears to have happened was there was somebody who drove their car, again, through a crowd. This is becoming a habit when it comes to these Muslim terrorists. And we're not going to make any inferences quite yet, but we'll get to that. Drove through a crowd. They had to pluck some person out of the river. I guess they fell off of the bridge or they just jumped and then got out of the car with a knife. They said it was a machete. I saw a picture of it. It looks like it's a knife. I don't know what kind of knife it is. Not a knife you'd, skin a deer with, but a pretty big knife. 8-9-inch knife. Good sized knife. Now, they showed a picture of the alleged assailant. Fox News had a pretty good close-up picture via Sky News. That's like their sister network over in England. And I'm going to tell you, the guy doesn't look Irish to me. Doesn't look Irish. He looks Middle Eastern. And we don't know the name yet, and I'm sure by the time you listen to this, perhaps later on in the day, if you listen on podcasts, iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, whatever, you may already know the name and the motive and who they're connected to. But as of right now, just a couple of hours after everything, looks Middle Eastern, has the fuzzy chin strap type beard where it goes from sideburn across under the chin up to the other sideburn, no mustache. Darker complexion. Maybe he came from the southern part of Ireland, the sunny part of Ireland. No, he doesn't look Irish to me. Very, very Middle Eastern looking. And they have these hashtags. As soon as this stuff happens, all we know how to do now is go onto social media and make hashtags. Hashtag pray for London. And that's a nice thought. But it doesn't do anything. I get praying. There's a collective conscience about it, and that's a good thing, and we all pray. I pray. But making a hashtag is not praying. And a lot of the people who will retweet that and they'll have it and they'll change the filters on their photos, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, they're not doing anything. And in some cases, they are people who may have brought this upon via their votes. If it is to come to be true that this was some sort of refugee, or it was somebody that had made their way from Syria, from Libya, from Iran, from Yemen, to England, and was able to get in there and live there and train there perhaps, you have to look at where this starts, because your leaders have to be able to protect you. If you are electing people that won't protect you, then you have to become accustomed to this. This was happening all the time during the spring and the summer and the fall the last couple of years. We see a little bit of a downtick in the wintertime. Perhaps it's a weather thing. I don't know why. There's a little downtick. But now we're going to ramp it up again. It was every 84 hours there was a terrorist attack somewhere in the world during the election, prior to the election, during the primaries, going back to the Bataclan, going back to Pulse nightclub, going back to San Bernardino. And that was, just two of those were in America. Of course, the Bataclan in Paris. Changing your filter does nothing. Making a hashtag does nothing. You need to do your due diligence. You need to elect people from your districts who are going to protect you, because a hashtag is not going to protect you. I don't care what that hashtag says. It does nothing for you. You have to take an active role in your government. If you care about life, if you care about liberty, you have to care about doing those things. It's a nice thought. And yes, we will all go to bed tonight and we'll say a prayer for the people and the families that were hurt during this attack. And we'll pray that it doesn't happen again. But the hashtag itself does nothing. I don't need a hashtag to tell me to pray to God. I don't need it. I do it anyway. People think they can feel good about themselves, that they're doing something. It does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Somebody just wants to say, I got this trending on Twitter. It's for their own satisfaction, their own edification. This starts at a very grassroots level. If we cannot send people to represent us, whether it's here, whether it's in England, whether it's in Paris, whether it's in Germany, do we now... who has to pay the price? How many people have to pay the price? It's starting to get to be an astronomical number of people that are killed, hurt, maimed by these terrorists. The London police are treating this as a terrorist attack. It's not going to stop until you have strong leaders who actually care about the people who live in their countries. They're going to come back, the left is going to come back and say, this was because of Brexit. It was because of Brexit. If you guys just fell into line for once, this wouldn't happen. It's all about the collective. There is no more individualism when it comes to politics. Unless, of course, you're playing identity politics like the Democrats in this country. It's about the group. It comes back to globalism. It goes back to after 9/11. We were trying to figure out what we did wrong. We did nothing wrong. And that's what's going to happen. That's the spin I can see MSNBC putting on this right now. But a hashtag does nothing. All right, guys, we have a lot more to get to on today's show. I want to talk about breaking news from the House Intel Committee that might imply that the Obama administration was doing something very illegal.
Michael Horn and Fred Dreyer for you for Solar Optimum. We come and broadcast from the Solar Optimum studios, 818-745-1489. This is a big deal. You can save energy if you put solar power on your house. Am I right, Fred Dreyer?
Well, listen, if you're tired of those offensive power bills, which I know I am, I had a bill the other day for $683. That's just completely outrageous. Anything over $150, you got to get Solar Optimum.
And they now have this Tesla battery that not only is there for you in a power outage, like an earthquake or the wind blows out the power or something hits and the power line goes out or whatever, but it's there for you in the evening to trickle in more power into your house so you can save even more money. You can go and find out more information and get that Tesla battery in your home. Am I right?
Yes, you can. And all you got to do is call 818-745-1489.
Don't be left out in the cold and the dark. Save your family. Get light in there. 818-745-1489. Solar power and the Tesla backup battery. 818-745-1489.
This is Larry Minetti for Herpanicin, the acne medication that really works from the inside out. If you suffer from skin problems, Herpanicin is the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out and gets rid of all kinds of acne and blemishes on your back, neck, and your face. It works so well, you can look and feel like a movie star. Herpanicin, a natural supplement created by Dr. Wayne Diamond. You take a pill, and that's it. I've been on these supplements, and they really work, folks. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror ever again. Get Herpanicin today. Call 888-467-4200. That's 888-467-4200. Herpanicin, it really works. 888-467-4200. Tell them Larry Minetti told you to call and look and feel like $1 million with Herpanicin. Call 888-467-4200.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was the location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Welcome back to the show. Check out all the old episodes on iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio, or, of course, your favorite website. It should already be pinned to your Google homepage thingy, RynoReport.com. You know, this is what's going to happen. Let me lay out the next 8 hours for you. We have this terrible attack in London, probably terrorism, probably committed by somebody of Middle Eastern descent. Okay? Lots of probablys, but I'm just going to assume at this point. And now we're going to go and we're going to listen to the news later tonight. We're going to put the news on the TV, local stations, and without a doubt, somebody from your village, town, city, state, somebody's going to come out. Somebody who they think is some sort of big shot when it comes to security. Maybe it's the mayor, maybe it's some kind of security advisor, maybe it's a police chief, and they're going to say this. They're going to say there have been no specific threats directed at our city. Am I right? They're going to say this. You know why? Because they always say this. And then, when something happens, what's the first thing they say? There was increased chatter. So you told us there were no threats. No threats, nothing to be worried about. And then when something does happen, we hear that chatter word. The first time we heard chatter was after 9/11. There was increased chatter. Sky News already reporting that. Maybe they're too busy spying on us. Maybe they're too busy reading our emails. Maybe they're too busy spying on the Trump campaign, the Trump transition. Yeah, we'll get to that because that's big news. They always say there's no specific threat. You know what? If you vote for Hillary Clinton, if you vote for Barack Obama, you are the threat. You created the threat. I looked at the school kids. They're coming out of the parliament. They got these kids in these like blue vests or something. I guess it's, I don't know, for whatever reason they put them in a blue vest with a stripe on it. And they were leading these kids out of the parliament. They said I think it was a French class, someone from Paris or whatever, but a class there to visit the English parliament. They're not that far apart. And they're leading these kids out. They're probably between the ages of, I don't know, 6 and 10, 7 and 11, something like that. They're in that age group. And they're holding hands and they're walking out in the buddy system. And all I could think of is how terrible I would feel as a parent if I put my child in that position. If my vote put my child in a position where they could get hurt or killed because I wanted to be cool and vote for Hillary. I wanted to be cool and vote for Obama. You know what else made you look cool? Smoking made you look cool. Didn't do anything else for you. Made you look cool. But that's what you're doing. When you put your vote into people like Pelosi and Schumer and Hillary and Obama, you are becoming a threat to your child. You are becoming a threat to yourself. Because these people want to let in everybody. They are bound and determined to make this country a third world nation. Determined to do so. It's all on TV. It's all on Twitter. It's all on Facebook until it happens in your town. And then what? And then who are you going to blame? Got to blame yourself if you voted for it. Nobody else. We are a constitutional republic. We elect people who we think best represent our values. If your values are so low and you care about your family that little and the people around you that little, then leave. We don't need you here. We don't need your values. And then you tell us that we can't protect ourselves. The Second Amendment, we can't do it. We're not allowed to. Some states you have to fill out forms for years just to be able to exercise your Second Amendment right. And then they consider you a threat. Well, they've been letting these people in the country for so many years. What else are you going to do? What else do you have to turn to? You have police officers and police agencies that are scared to do their jobs now. And it's not their fault. It's the left's fault. The left has demonized them. They're scared to make an arrest. They're scared to make contact for fear they're going to be sued. They're going to be threatened. They're going to be vilified in social media. This is all part of turning this country into a third world country. I'm not going to have it. I don't need to worry about my kid going to school every day and having to watch them being walked out in a special vest because someone wheeled into this country, unvetted, decided they were going to plow their car into a group of people and then stab somebody. I don't need that on my conscience going to bed at night. That's why I won't vote for these anti-American Democrats. And that's what they've become. You need to think about this before you go and pull that lever. And we talk. This is a talk that should have happened months ago. But thank God, enough of us went and pulled the lever for Donald Trump. And then he tries to help us with a travel ban. And a little district court judge decides it's his job to make immigration policy, not the president. That judge today should be facing impeachment for what happened in London. It's indicative and it's going to happen here. We have a lot more to get to today, guys. Hang in there. You're listening to the Ryno Report, part of the RWB Network.
This is the Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. Well, the Power Rangers movie hits theaters this week, and I spoke to the cast about the upbeat tone of the film.
I think what's cool about it is, although the names may sound familiar, you are meeting our characters for the first time. The key word here is reimagination. It's new, and it is fresh, and it is funny and lighthearted, and also, I think more than ever now, has much more depth to it. There's a lot of layers to the characters as well.
To watch my full review with the Power Rangers, go to mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter at @themungle.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares. First or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you will never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins, plus so much more. A chocolate fondue fountain, Zebblies, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. All at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. You're going to tell me, you're going to say to me, I'm going to get the emails, that it doesn't matter who we vote for because this stuff is happening in Europe. It's happening in Nice, France. It's happening at the Bataclan. It's happening over there. That's where it's all going on. Well, guess what? Guess what? What we vote for here, it has a big impact on what goes on over there. Look how hard people like George Soros were trying to sway the Brexit vote. We have a lot of impact in Europe. Europe is falling apart. The EU is falling apart. Nationalism is sweeping through. There's a good chance Marine Le Pen does very well in France. It's starting to infiltrate. They're starting to see that they are better as individual countries who work together rather than a conglomerate of countries who just keep subverting each other and driving down currency and letting people in that shouldn't be in. Germany is starting to get this, starting to realize. Turkey is saying they're sending people out of there. They've been a highway for migrants now for almost 2 years. They just push them right through, kind of like Mexico does. A highway right through the middle, up into Texas. There you go. Welcome to America. Get your free benefits, get your free health care, get your paychecks, take jobs away. Just don't stop here. Keep going. Your vote here is very, very significant. We are the world power. And while there are people who don't want to acknowledge that, and we shouldn't say things like that because it might hurt somebody's feelings, guess what? Guess what? That's what we are. Does a shark eat seaweed? No, a shark eats whatever it wants. You know why? Because it's at the top of the food chain. Doesn't eat seaweed. Doesn't try to skim the bottom for sand. No, it eats whatever it wants. It has that power. It has that authority. It's the animal kingdom. We have climbed to the top of the food chain. Our vote here is very important. And if you can't see past this, you are a detriment. If you can't put yourself in a position of the parents who had to watch their kids come out of a school class, come out of the parliament, wearing special vests under police coverage, then you're a problem. You're a big problem. See, the Democrats are trying to fill their war chest right now. They can't do it. They're having a tough time doing it. In fact, the Republicans are way ahead when it comes to fundraising. In February, Republicans raised $9.4 million. Democrats, raised about $6.4. Okay, it's not too bad. RNC has almost $40 million on hand. DNC has $10 million on hand with $2 million in debt. The RNC is operating debt-free. See, people realize that while the Republicans have a lot of faults, and we're going to see a lot of faults tomorrow when it comes to this Ryan Care, Obamacare 2, whatever you want to call it, we're going to see a lot of faults. And we're going to talk about it. The ones who voted for it, the ones who voted against it. What do we need? A full repeal. Should we let Obamacare implode first? Should we we're going to have a long conversation about all of this. And Republicans do have their faults. Most of them do. There's 6 or 7 good ones. The rest of them can go as far as I'm concerned. But they are not necessarily detrimental to your safety. That is the main goal of the government, is to protect its people. We have entrusted so much in our government now that we have lost sight of that. But these elected officials, once they start to become a detriment to your safety, they have to go. They can't hang around. When they hang around, they think they have your confidence. They think that they can do whatever they want now, that they have carte blanche. We see that with the Obama administration, the outgoing Obama administration. An administration that was very friendly to terrorists, for all intents and purposes. But we see it in the last few weeks. Devin Nunes, House Intel Committee, comes out today and says there's evidence that the Intel community was spying on the Trump transition team and Trump associates, and that they had all the proper warrants or whatever to gather data. What they didn't have, because they could never get it under FISA laws, is the ability to unmask names, which is what they did. Devin Nunes came out today and said this, that they were spying on the Trump team and they unmasked names of people, American citizens, private citizens, who were caught up in this, or they call it incidental, right? Incidentally caught up in communications. And when someone's caught up under FISA laws, they are supposed to be protected, the names redacted, nobody can know the names of the people on the other end of the phone who are U.S. citizens. Well, that didn't happen, according to Devin Nunes. In fact, these names were disseminated to just about everybody that worked within the government. And it was done on purpose. Trey Gowdy already said that, well, that's a crime, punishable by 10 years in prison. And he established, well, there are a few people that would have had access to these names. Namely, Loretta Lynch, namely James Clapper, Brennan, perhaps Ben Rhodes, perhaps Susan Rice, had access to these names. Perhaps President Obama himself. See, we've given them license. When he was reelected in 2012, it gave them license to do whatever they wanted. Mitt Romney completely screwed that one up. That should have been a slam dunk for the GOP. And we don't need to rehash what happened. But when Obama got reelected, you could go out and say there were 50 precincts in Philadelphia that not one Republican voted. Awfully weird. Voter fraud. Yeah, well, maybe. Doesn't matter. He still won. That still reaffirmed what they thought was license given to them by the American people to do whatever they wanted. The first 4 years, yeah, here and there. But then they were allowed to do it the second 4 years. And they thought they would never be prosecuted, never be caught. And even if they were caught, it wouldn't really matter. Look at Hillary Clinton. She was caught. She was caught red-handed, right in the cookie jar. Then nothing happened. We've been telling these people that for too long there are no ramifications to their criminal activity. I hope that what the House Intel Committee found, the information they had that they will be sharing with the president tonight, is the start of that coming to an end. The end of the two-tier justice system. Donald Trump spoke an awful lot about it when he was running. We haven't seen it in play yet. It's time the two-tier justice system comes to an end. And if it has to start with the prior administration, that's where it needs to start. We have a lot more to get to today, guys. Hang in there. Hey guys, Ryan the Ryno DeSico here for my friends at Liberty Health Share. If your health care has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty Health Share could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty Health Share. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your health care. Liberty Health Share offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty Health Share offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty Health Share today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resorts, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool. Indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
All right, welcome back to this Wednesday edition of the Ryno Report. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Hope you're having a good time. Well, I mean, not really a good time. These are hard topics to talk about. It's tough because I feel like sometimes we're just repeating ourselves. But you have to make sure people hear the message. Democrats are detrimental to your safety. That's it. It's very plain and simple. We can come up with a million different reasons why, and we do every single day. But look at what's happening in London. Look what's happening over there. Do you want to watch your kid be marched out of a building in a special vest under police cover? I don't think so. And you know what? They're lucky they're marching out. Lucky they're marching out. So we wake up this morning, and the AP has a big story. Now, the AP used to be a very neutral sort of news site. Not anymore. I mean, not even close anymore, to be honest with you. Really, really leftward leaning. Just look at the headlines they ran over last summer. I mean, every headline, anti-Trump, pro-Hillary. And you know what? I was offended by it. I was mad at it. But at the end of the day, it is so commonplace now for any of these mainstream media, alt-left news sources to be that way that you just can't get mad about it anymore. But you just got to do something. Forget being mad. Just do something. So they run this story about Paul Manafort. Of course, Paul Manafort was the campaign chairman for Donald Trump, I think from like April 1st to April 10th, or whatever it was, April to August, something like that. He was there purely to wrangle delegates for what everybody was saying was going to be a contested convention. And people were saying that before the first ballots were cast, the first caucuses in Iowa. This is going to be a contested convention. It's going to be Jeb, whoever. Jeb didn't make it to South Carolina. Jeb or Ted Cruz or whatever. So that's why they brought in Manafort, because Manafort really, really good at that delegate wrangling. Only reason why he was there, he knew that Corey Lewandowski was, for all intents and purposes, a rookie at this level. He wouldn't really have known the channels to connect with to get the delegate stuff done for the convention in July. So, that all being said, I'm sure you guys are all aware of this situation. They have this memo from 2005 that shows that Paul Manafort was working for a Russian oligarch. Okay, and he says, in the memo, it says, we're now of the belief that this model can greatly benefit the Putin government if employed at the correct levels with the appropriate commitment to success. And that's something that Manafort allegedly wrote in 2005. I think it's awfully strange that all these documents that people can find about Trump associates or people in the Trump circle are all from 2005. They're all 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Most of this stuff. Listen, Paul Manafort didn't work directly for the Russian government, and to be honest, he didn't really work that long on the Trump campaign. Of course, he was replaced by Kellyanne Conway and Stephen Bannon when it got down time to really play hardball. But this is from 2005. It's such a nothing burger. Meanwhile, look at John Podesta. Should we go over his finances the last couple of years? Him and his family received $40 million from the Russian government. He was the chairman of Hillary's campaign from start to finish, poll to poll. No news there. Nothing to see there because he's not associated with Donald Trump. All of the emails that came out, every email WikiLeaks released it with John Podesta showed what a sexist and bigoted person this guy is. Nothing to see. But Paul Manafort writes a memo. A guy who was in the Trump campaign for all of 90 days writes a memo in 2005. Big news. AP, they thought they were going to set the world on fire with this one. But I think the news from Devin Nunes is bigger. Much bigger. See, the liberals are going to take this Manafort thing, and they're going to connect it with what James Comey had said while testifying on Monday. That, remember, Comey couldn't wait to tell you that the Trump administration was under investigation. He wouldn't comment on whether or not the Obama administration was under investigation for disseminating names that they had no right to do, punishable by 10 years in prison. Wouldn't comment on that. Stayed as far away from that as possible. But you could almost see the grin in his face when he was talking about the Trump administration or Trump associates being under investigation. So the AP want to connect this story about Paul Manafort's memo to what James Comey, FBI director, said on Monday. Kind of fell flat. Big nothing burger, just like the 2005 tax returns. Oh my God, Donald Trump paid $40 million in taxes? Oh, terrible. I wish he'd pay a little more, $40 million. I mean, you couldn't even the most liberal person saw that and said, that's kind of a lot of money. Kind of a lot of money. But with Nunes, this is going to be much bigger. Much bigger. What he's telling us is that the Obama administration was spying, perhaps legally. Maybe they had a FISA warrant to go over these communications, but the data that was collected on the U.S. citizens and how that was disseminated was not legal. Those names should have been redacted, and they weren't. They were disseminated through every single branch of government that they could possibly do it to, I'm sure. The White House janitorial staff probably knew about Michael Flynn. They probably knew about whoever else. We're going to hear a lot more about this. So, I'm just happy we have a guy like Trey Gowdy. And I was kind of on Trey Gowdy's case early on. But I'm glad he's there. I'm glad he's possibly the only Republican in Congress with half a working brain right now. We'll see how many brains are working tomorrow when they go to this vote for Obamacare 2. Looks like it's not going to pass. We have a few different vote totals here that we'll go over. But they could all be for naught based on what one New York Republican, yeah, they do exist, there aren't many of them, but one New York Republican says, not so fast with counting votes, because there are no votes until they need them. And they may definitely need them tomorrow. We have all that, plus some goofy law by some nail salon. Oh, hopefully it's not a nail salon by you. Hang in there, guys.
These are the sounds of Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club.
Look at this ribeye. You see that ribeye?
Fantastic. Incredible.
This is delicious.
Sausage and lentil soup, special today. Very, very good.
Look at this garlic bread. Best garlic bread I ever had.
And here's Vic Perino, owner and operator of Columbo's.
A lot of the Italian recipes are my uncle's own recipes. We have a lot of people coming back for his hand-rolled lasagna. We make it basically from scratch. I think ours is exceptional.
Here's Vic on what makes Columbo's different than any other Italian restaurant.
The other thing that sets us apart from other Italian restaurants is that we're an Italian steakhouse. We specialize in our steaks.
Plus, there's more.
We have entertainment 7 nights a week. So they're coming for a lot of reasons to value. Their value per dollar that they're getting, plus coming into a neighborhood-friendly place. Sometimes we're actually accused of being the melting pot of Eagle Rock.
Columbo's in Eagle Rock on Colorado Boulevard, 323-254-9138. Mangia.
Hey there, did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right. Get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show, the last segment of today's Wednesday edition of the Ryno Report. Now, we're going to have on, I think Friday, we're going to have on a very special Hillary Clinton insider who knows all the answers, the preeminent source when it comes to everything Hillary Clinton. And we got to talk about her new haircut, because she's got a new haircut, $600. And when she does this, it could only mean one thing, that they're gearing up for another run. I think she'll be about 97 years old in 2020, or at least look that old anyway. Her and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and apparently Vanna White, will all be the same age. But according to this insider, we have she's looking for speechwriters, she's looking for advanced people, she's amassing a war chest, and leasing a plane. And this could all be gearing up. We're going to find out more about this on Friday. This is going to be a special guest. You don't want to miss this one. Very, very special. Now, let's turn our attention quickly here to the Obamacare 2.0, Ryan Care, the American Health Care, whatever they're calling it. I personally don't think this thing passes through the House. I really don't. Despite what they say, it has to go through the House, and they'll make amendments in the Senate. I don't think it does. I think the House Freedom Caucus is standing strong on this one. There are reports that they have 20, House Freedom Caucus, Reuters is saying 25 no's, okay? They can only lose 21. So 25 kills this bill in the House. Representative Massey is saying they have 26 nays. Jamie Dupree, I think, said 31 nays. I think Hannity was counting. He had 26 nays. It doesn't seem like this thing is going to pass through the House. They need 216, not the normal 218. There are 5 vacancies right now in the House of Representatives. They need 216 to pass it. And Chris Collins, who is a Republican, sort of, in New York, he thinks it's going to pass by 1 vote. He thinks that this is going to pass on, and it's going to go to the amendments, for the Senate and all that, but it's going to pass the House by 1 vote. And he's saying because there are a lot of Republicans in the House that are, quote, no, but yes if you need me. So that's a quote from Chris Collins, representative out of New York. I don't know. House Freedom Caucus, they don't fall apart too easily. If they're saying they have 25, Reuters reporting 25 no's from them, I'm going to go with them. I don't think that this thing passes. But I guess we'll see. And it will give us something to talk about. And if it does pass, we're going to have to work with it. We're going to have to petition for changes when it goes to the amendment section in front of the Senate. And we'll have to deal with it then. We can't just let Obamacare explode or implode and then deal with it. We have to deal with it beforehand. We can't be reactive. We have to be proactive. So there's that. We'll go into that plenty tomorrow. Plenty. The one thing that I did see yesterday, not a whole lot interesting going on with these Neil Gorsuch hearings. This stuff very, very boring. Very boring watching the judicial confirmation hearings. What he did say that was interesting, and he may have a point here, but he's going to get a lot of kickback on this, is that he doesn't think lawyers should have to go to school for 3 years after they get a bachelor's. In fact, he referenced England and that people can go to college, get their undergrad in law, and then go work for a law firm and learn on the job. That way they're not hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt from going to law school, because really everything you learn is on the job from a procedural standpoint. And that's an interesting take, because it would make lawyers a lot more affordable if you'd have to pay back their mountains of debt. But who's going to be opposed to that? You guessed it, law schools, because that's a lot of cheddar in their pocket. But just proving Neil Gorsuch may be more than what some people think. He has a good head on his shoulders. All right, guys, hope you had fun today. A big thank you to all those serving our country at home and abroad, and a huge thank you to those in the law enforcement community. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all the hard work. Please keep it up, and above all, please stay safe. God bless all of you. God bless all of your families. Have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, I'm the Ryno, and I'm out.